What's going on, guys? Sunkist here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about some things that I really hope Bethesda can add to Fallout 76 in 2024. Some of these items I think are very easy to implement, and some of them are kind of more wishlist items. With that being said, what do you guys want to see added to the game? Make sure to let me know down in the comments, and make sure you stick around until the end of the video to see what I think the most important thing is for them to add to this game. Alright, starting off at number 6, I'm hoping for some trading system improvements. As it stands in the game right now, there's a couple ways to transfer and trade items between players. The most simple one being, dropping the items for each other, and that's typically reserved for people that you trust, or if you're just dropping low value stuff and you don't really care what happens to it. Then obviously you can purchase items from people's vendors and pay, or they have to pay a 10% Todd tax on that sale, and then you can buy directly from player to player cap transactions. Now the only place where that becomes a problem is when you're trying to trade items that are worth more than max caps. Some items are trade value only, and not necessarily everything is a one-to-one. For example, there's certain apparel in this game that's very rare and might only trade for a full set of armor with specific legendary rules on it. Without using a courier on Reddit to transfer those items between players, there's no guaranteed way that the parties that are doing that trade aren't gonna scam each other. So the couriers on Reddit are the saints of the Fallout 76 community, and we very much appreciate what they do for us. But I think everybody would agree that if there was some sort of way to trade items between players, essentially barter instead of purchasing, some sort of way to maybe put items into a machine with another player, and then you both have to press and hold A to accept the trade, and then the items are transferred amongst each other. Some sort of thing like that would be greatly appreciated, and it would help the trading community thrive, and a lot less people would get scammed. Coming in at number 5 is going to be a stash box increase. I know this has happened a number of times throughout the game's life cycle, and I think this is one of those changes that they could very easily implement. If you're a new player that got brought by the Fallout TV show, I'm sure you're very aware of the limitations of the stash box, especially if you're trying to play without Fallout First. I think there's so many cool items to collect in this game, on top of trying to do base building and camp building, and keeping your weapons and armor repaired and stuff like that. So I think to accommodate for that, and the new stuff that they've added that players can collect, they should definitely increase the stash box. I don't think there's any sort of server limitation that would be preventing that. I know the creation engine, the items are physical when they're in the world. I don't know how that works when it's in a stash box, but I think that's something that they could easily provide the players, and everyone would be super happy about it. Very quickly, before we move on to number 4, I just want to ask that you hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying the video. My analytics tell me that a large majority of my viewers are not subscribed, so definitely don't forget to hit that sub button and hit the notification bell if you're interested. Alright, here's number 4. Alright, so the next thing I'd love to see is various improvements for the console experience for the for our Fallout 76 players. Something like an FOV slider on console would be greatly appreciated. I do think that the hardware and the engine can handle it, as we are already able to adjust the field of view when in third person, so the game is already processing quite a bit of stuff around us. So I think an FOV slider in first person would be awesome, and I would be very grateful for that. Another thing that would be awesome to see is some mod support on console as well. Mods were supported in Fallout 4, and it was an integral part in my enjoyment for that game, and it really helps extend the longevity of a game. I know that there are some mods already on PC, and I've seen a bunch of them that I really want on console, so if we can get that, that would be absolutely awesome. Alright, number 3 is going to be kind of one of those easier ones to add, at least I think. I would love to see a legendary Scrip daily cap increase. Currently, we are capped at 400 or 500 legendary Scrip per day, and I'd love to see at least a slight increase on that. I know it has gone up since the game's been out, but I think it is increasingly easier to get legendary gear in this game, and a lot of it you don't need, so it would be nice to have a use for it. putting it into the Scrip machine and being able to reroll stuff on your gear. And that kind of leads me into the next improvement / feature I'd love to see. Feeding off of what I just mentioned, my number 2 feature that I'd love to see added to the game, and this is one of those kind of more wishlist items, but I would love to see some sort of legendary crafting overhaul. In the game right now, we have legendary Scrip, legendary cores, legendary modules. This certainly leads to a lot of confusion for new players. And overall, I think it kind of forces you to play the game in certain ways if you want to participate in the legendary crafting system. What I mean by that is if you want legendary cores, you have to do daily ops and you have to do public events. If you want modules, you have to hit your legendary Scrip cap every day or run expeditions, and then you have to spend that legendary Scrip at the purveyor to buy modules. I think a lot of that is not necessary. What I would love to see is maybe legendary weapons and armor only you spend Scrip to reroll it, or you can use Scrip to buy modules from the purveyor, but then maybe modules become the only thing that you earn from expeditions and daily ops and public events, and you kind of do away with legendary cores. Some sort of change to the system like that would be greatly appreciated. If that can't happen right away or other things need to change first, I think it would be really nice maybe if they lowered the legendary core and legendary module cost to reroll gear. The moment you've all been waiting for, number 1. I think the best thing that they could add to this game would be crossplay and cross progression. Phil Spencer himself made some comments kind of alluding to that as well. Funny enough, if you didn't know, he has been known to be somewhat of a Fallout 76 player himself. So I think if he wants it, hopefully, there's some movement on that in the background. I personally used to be an Apex player. I played from day 0 I played right when that game came out. So that game actually launched without crossplay. Some people probably don't even remember because it was so long ago. But I remember when they added crossplay and everyone was super happy about it. Friends that had different consoles and played on PC from each other could finally reunite and play the game together. And it just kind of bred new life into the game, and it was awesome to see. So this game having that would increase the longevity of it like crazy. It would increase the, Fallout with friends aspect of everything. I know people personally that have not started playing this game because their friends are on other platforms than them, so to them Fallout with friends isn't even possible. And I think the more people we can get involved with that, the better this game will be in the long run. I know that there are some concerns possibly with merging the trading markets between the platforms, and that is a valid concern, but I think if Bethesda does the right things beforehand, they can kind of mitigate any of the downsides that would come with that. Now, I'm not a MMO macroeconomist economist, so I don't know the proper way to do that, but I think if they can solve that and bring crossplay and cross progression to the game, it would be awesome. Everybody would love it, and you'd have more friends to play Fallout with. Since you stuck around to the end of the video, sneaking in a bonus thing I'd like to see added to the game. I would absolutely love for the camp budget to be increased. That way everyone can build more elaborate camps, and I think the game becomes a lot more personable. People could put their touches on their camps better, and it would be awesome. Also with that, I would love to see camps being able to be placed closer together. I really want to create a whole neighborhood of camps with my friends, but you just can't really place camps quite close enough. So if they could do something to allow that, that would be awesome. I know there may be some constraints with the server for increasing the camp budget size, and I don't know if we have to sacrifice maybe having 2 to 3 less players per server, but then increasing the camp budget size, or just maybe there's some sort of optimization that can happen, some new technology that might have came around that could be added to the game since the game launched. But those sort of improvements would be awesome, and I think would add a lot more community touch to the Appalachia map. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you made it to this point, I'm hoping you want to see some more videos. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. It'll help you keep updated with the channel. I stream Mondays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and sprinkle in other streams when I can. Weekly uploads come out every Wednesday. And, hit the like button. It'll help boost this video to a broader audience, and maybe the audience will be broad enough and the right people can see this video and we'll get the features implemented. Or maybe that's just the jet talking. I'll catch you guys in the next one.